This is going to be a look at some 49ers offense film. We're going to be talking about Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel, two guys who, for my money, are the most dynamic pair of offensive position players remaining in the playoffs. Guys on the same team who present run-pass option ability to get in the backfield, to catch the ball out of the backfield, catch screens. Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel are at times used interchangeably in this offense. Not 10 times a game. They don't switch positions, but they do it enough times. I'm going to show you at least one of them here. I think they're the most dynamic, versatile pair of offensive teammates, position players, remaining in the playoffs. And of course, their talents, their natural talents and abilities are multiplied by the design of the offense and then the willingness of everyone in this offense to block. We're going to get into the film, and you guys can let me know in the comment section if you think that they are the most dynamic duo remaining in the playoffs right now. This is going to be second possession. I'm actually missing a play here. I'm missing a 22-yard run by Deebo Samuel in the first possession. This is a 68-yard run by Christian McCaffrey on a 1st and 10 up the left sideline. Really cool design, and it's the way they block things, the way they utilize their personnel. George Kittle is going to go in motion, and they're going to run like outside zone stretch, to this side, whatever you want to call it. McCaffrey is lined up almost even with the running back, so he can take this kind of wider, path. But look at the way they block this. They're going to exchange this with the fullback. He's going to go crack the inside linebacker here, and then the tackle is going to go out to the outside linebacker who's apexed out over the number 2, which in this case is the fullback. You can see that they've exchanged it. Let the tackle go out and get the outside backer. And then also Kittle's going to come through here, and he's going to go get Tariq Woolen, who kind of stands around and does nothing on this play while the receiver goes and gets the safety. So they've exchanged twice on the front side. And look at the huge hole that's there. I mean, Seahawks are lucky that this didn't go for a touchdown. Like I said, 68-yard run, first play of the second possession. 49ers were already up 3-0, I believe. This drive was going to put them up 10-0 eventually. Same play, end zone angle. You get an idea there of the tackle stepping out to the OLB and the fullback coming down on the inside linebacker. Kittle is going to go through that hole first. McCaffrey second. Kittle locks up Tariq Woolen. McCaffrey's almost gone. 68-yard gain, left sideline. Really cool design, physical. Everybody blocks in this offense. That's what makes it so. It's one of the things that makes it so dangerous. All right, 2nd and goal from the 3. I think 2 plays later. And I think this is the third part of the progression here. You got what looks like some type of, fake zone read. It's clearly not a run play. Doesn't give it to McCaffrey. McCaffrey leaks out. Gets to at least the third part of the progression. McCaffrey's wide open in the right flats. I think he's looking for Deebo Samuel coming back in on this little zig route. Samuel motioning across right to left. He's going to kind of slow play this and then put his foot in the ground and come downhill. And I think times up well with at least what I believe Brock Purdy's trying to do. He's looking over here first, number 1. Coming backside, number 2, not there. Apparently, he didn't like what he saw. Hits McCaffrey in the right flat, touchdown, 10-0 49ers. Quick after 2 possessions. Pretty unbelievable. Of course, we know Seattle made a comeback, eventually took a lead, on the last play of the second quarter. This is 3rd possession. This is a completion to McCaffrey, who's now lined up at X, and Deebo Samuel's at tailback. This is what I'm talking about when I say interchangeable. They make everything look the same in terms of run pass. They could absolutely give this ball to Samuel, on a toss, a wide zone path, whatever. Instead, you got McCaffrey backside running a little slant, 14 yards against the starting corner, fit inside of that strong safety, kind of rolled up, strong safety outside linebacker. 14-yard gain on the 3rd possession. 4th possession, you got Deebo Samuel in motion again, just like I showed you down near the goal line. This concept the 49ers were using often against the Seahawks, either a little over concept with a clear out route, or in this case, what looks like to be like kind of a late developing dig, and then a clear out route, to the bottom side. Doesn't hit either of them. Finds Samuel in space, out into the flats, quick in the progression. Gets it out there, 7 yards. 5th possession, late second quarter. You got a 3rd and 10. Deebo Samuel's lined up on the left side of your screen, running a little drag underneath. He beat guys in man on Sunday. Looks completely healthy. Scary for the rest of the NFL to think that They've got Christian McCaffrey, who's rolling, George Kittle, who's been unlocked by Brock Purdy, and now added a healthy Deebo Samuel to the mix, who can get the ball out of the backfield, who can catch the ball downfield, drag routes like that, and they have multiple other weapons. Kind of unbelievable. Sixth possession now, another third down. This is a 21-yard gain to Deebo Samuel. I think he got hurt on this play, to be honest with you. He's lined up down here at the bottom side of the screen, one-on-one matched up with Tariq Woolen. Going to run a little Z under concept. Woolen's just behind him. Purdy throws it out in front. Good catch, run through contact. Like I said, gets hurt, I think, at the end of the play, had to come out of the game briefly. 1st and 10 from the 16. This is going to be McCaffrey for 7. This drive, I believe, ends with a 1-yard touchdown run by Brock Purdy. Kind of like F counter, but it's just backwards power, really, is all it is. Left guard's going to pull and kick. So you're getting, down blocks on the front side. As the left guard pulls and kicks, 48 is going to wrap. Some people would still call this F counter, just a reverse power, if you ask me. The timing of it works beautifully with McCaffrey being lined up a little bit deeper than the play I showed you earlier. Look at the difference in his depth versus that wide zone play where his feet were here. And his path went here on that 68-yard run that I showed you, first play of the video. A little bit deeper alignment allows him to get downhill with that little skip step for a 7-yard gain. Like I said, Purdy would score on that possession, then the Seahawks would fumble in, I believe, the third quarter. You get Deebo Samuel here. Tough catch on a 1st and 10 coming from the left-hand side. Again, you got Woolen on the left side, but not in press man. Samuel's going to bring it inside. Big contact by the safety. Woolen goes after his feet. 11-yard gain. Tough catch. You have a guy who can line up at tailback, who can put in motion and do slot receiver type things, and he's fully capable, and this is his natural position, of being an X receiver or a Z, along with McCaffrey's versatility, the tight end, Kittle's versatility. Pretty shocking. Their game against the Cowboys this week is one of the games I'm really looking forward to watching. All right, same drive. McCaffrey for 8 yards out of the eye. Great read by the fullback, if you ask me, and then a great read by McCaffrey. You'll get the end zone angle. I think it's an 8-yard gain. Maybe it's 12. Look at the fullback's path. So this OLB kind of makes it look like he's going to stunt inside. So because of that, the edge is kind of there. Inside linebacker folds over the top, to meet the fullback. McCaffrey ends up seeing that flow, cutting it all the way back twice off of it. Everything's not just by design. Sometimes these guys for the 49ers and any offense are just so talented they can make something happen out of nothing. It's to the weak side. It's away from the tight end. Seahawks kind of look like they're in this little pseudo underfront. 2 cutbacks running through contact, one of which is a D tackle. Unbelievable. All right, 2nd and 2. Another run by McCaffrey, 12-yard gain. This is unique because you're giving them Samuel in motion back behind. So you get 21 personnel, basically, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and then 2 receivers. But they're making it look like, pre-snap, you got 4 guys in the backfield, one of which is Deebo Samuel, and he's right next to Christian McCaffrey as the ball is snapped. You got any number of options in terms of flow here. In this case, it's a really cool play that I like. I would say this is just split zone, but other people have different names for it. You got the fullback is even with the quarterback, so his angle to this OLB is improved as opposed to the depth of McCaffrey. Clearly, they're not going to run the ball with the fullback and block with McCaffrey. I understand that. But I'm saying the alignment of the fullback allows him to get to this OLB in a more distinct, abrupt manner. McCaffrey ends up taking it B-gap anyway. 12-yard gain. 49ers would score, I think, on a slant to Elijah Mitchell, a short touchdown pass to Elijah Mitchell. And then stuff like this, just your basic play-action boot for a 74-yard touchdown to Deebo Samuel. Really puts the game away. They really have abused the Seahawks defense, if you ask me, this year. Taking advantage of them, particularly, to be honest with you, I saw a lot of big plays to this side in the games that they played against each other. Samuel lined up on the right. You got full flow, the fullback and the halfback. Purdy is, booting off of it, booting opposite, obviously. And you got this kind of levels. So you got Samuel running the under, and then Kittle running a little bit deeper concept. Nobody's checking Samuel at all, wide open. And it's not the first time that that's happened between these two teams. Look, I'm not a huge 49ers fan. I don't spend hours watching their film. I don't have that kind of time. I would like to, don't get me wrong. But when I do get the chance to watch it, it feels like I'm cheating because it's so fun to watch. Everything is so smooth. Everything is so coordinated. I would say, in my opinion, and if you're a 49ers fan watching, first of all, I appreciate it. But second of all, tell me how it feels to you. Watching these games, I've watched every snap now from this past week's game. It feels like 6 or 8 times a game things are this easy in this offense. And I don't know how to quantify that other than their coaches have great situational awareness and they understand when certain coverages are going to be played. And then I suspect that they're probably sending the quarterback to the line often with a couple of plays to check to, depending on the look that he gets. And those quarterbacks, whether it's Trey Lance, whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo, whether it's Brock Purdy, are trained well, and they're able to pick out the correct look. They see the question. They know which answer box to check and which athlete to get the ball to. And when you have 2 choices like this, I think you can win a Super Bowl no matter who your quarterback is. You guys let me know what you think of the film study, what you think of some of the comments that I made, and my thoughts that Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey are just simply the most dynamic duo remaining in the NFL playoffs in 2023.